What's going on, guys? I just wanted to let you know I didn't fall off. I'm in the middle of a pretty epic cross-country trip here and haven't been able to post as often as I like. Just quick funny thing I wanted to show you here. So I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado, where I spent 7 years living. That building right there, there's a little shot of Jim Carrey on his little mini bike and Dumb and Dumber coming around the corner. That movie was supposedly set in Aspen, but it was actually shot here in Breckenridge. Now I spent 7 years, not just in Breckenridge, but all over Summit County in multiple different condos, houses, and jobs. Ski town life is substantially challenging, and it's gotten more challenging over the years, especially as the result of Airbnb just displacing the entire working class in these ski town communities. It's one of the many reasons I'm not here anymore, but it's not the main reason. It's been almost exactly 3 years since I was here. I left as the result of a divorce, and although I couldn't find housing, there wasn't much point in sticking around. These are small towns. Although the ratio on the census is 60 women to every 100 men, so about 2 to 1 for actual residents. But when you bring into account the seasonal employees and the visitors, they say it's like 8 to 1 or 9 to 1 men to women. So one of the sayings they have here in Summit County, you don't lose your girl, you just lose your turn. So I didn't really feel like sticking around here and watching my wife move on when I was in a place where I could go to a club and see 400 dudes and not a single girl. So I was fortunate to have a beautiful and fun wife for 5 years of the time I was here. But that was also the end of my time here because of that marriage. So I'm just freestyling right now. I wanted to put something out for you guys just because I haven't posted a video in a while, and I've been shooting videos like crazy. So much has been happening. I mean, I've got over 6 months of footage to edit and get out, which that process will begin in a few days. But right now I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado. We'll hang out in Summit County for a few days, capture a bunch of footage to conclude a story that I wrote with 7 years of my life, and it'll take 10 to tell it. But it's a good story. It's worth telling. It's a lot of awesome footage. So I do hope you guys come back. Check through my old videos. There is a lot of snowboarding videos and some old footage from here, but most of the footage hasn't seen the light of day. There's no real story behind it. It's just some really cool shred edits. We're gonna hang out here for a few days. I think we're gonna get clouds this afternoon and all day tomorrow. And I'm not going home until I have all the footage that I need from this place. Prior to this, we spent a couple days traveling, camping out in national forest in different places. Went through Moab, went down to my favorite hot springs, looked at some land that I will probably be putting an offer in on here in a week or two. And then before that, let's see, we did Vegas. Made it in and out of Vegas, 24 hours, $102 I think was the total spent. Not a drop of alcohol, 2 pool parties. Stuck with my nutrition, didn't eat anything unhealthy, brought my own food in. Vegas was interesting. It was a good time. Sober Vegas. Well, California sober Vegas. Captured a lot of cool time lapses, and no alcohol. This body has not been poisoned. We are 7 days away from 1 year since my last drop of alcohol I've consumed. Well, now I've had some non-alcoholic beers with a very, very low percentage of alcohol, which I personally don't have any problem with that. You hear some people from the sober communities who have an issue with that, and if you take issue with that for yourself, no problem at all. But it didn't faze me any. Didn't make me want to go and drink beer that had alcohol in it. But the reason that I haven't had any of those in months is I'm just keep getting more and more locked in on my nutrition and my fitness, and keep watching the progress, and just don't want to take down an extra 60 or 70 worthless calories of near beer, I guess is what Mom calls it. But I wouldn't mind a non-alcoholic Corona every once in a while, every here and there. I'm not gonna have 1 or 2 non-alcoholic beers and all of a sudden be like, oh man, I need to start drinking again. But still kind of the ritual's still enjoyable. The cracking the bottle open, tipping it back. You know, who knows? I might even have myself a non-alcoholic beer here. I've been pretty dang hardcore. Haven't messed up the nutrition. Got the mobile gym on the roof, but I've been moving so quick. We haven't been working out on the road. Probably get some workout footage here by the lake or on a scenic overview. I think there's some more of that to capture before we get home. I've got a lot of really cool footage out in cool places with the mobile gym. So a lot of potential with all that footage too. And so if anybody's just following along, checking this out for the heck of it, I just want to encourage you guys. One of my big messages that I will always repeat: your time, your energy, your emotions, your capabilities, your creativity, those are literally the most valuable things that you have. So don't waste them on things that don't matter. Don't spend hours watching the news, being upset about things that you can't change today, about a vote that your mind isn't going to change. You know, go out, serve someone else, work towards a goal, get yourself fit, prepare a healthy meal. Do something good with your time, because our time is the most limited and most valuable asset ever. Our lives, they're such amazing gifts, and we don't appreciate the things that we have, like our mobility, like our health, like a clean environment around us. So, you know, today, if somebody does something that gets under your skin, give it as little emotion, energy, or time as possible, because that's taking away from something far more valuable you could dedicate that time to. Maybe you don't have a purpose yet. If that's the case, get your butt in the gym, get outside, get active. I promise you, whatever you're called to, whatever your purpose in life is, it will be enhanced by getting yourself fit, by putting down the alcohol, by getting away from unhealthy, bad food, no matter where you're going. So if you don't have purpose yet, purpose is build yourself, you know, build your community, serve others. Just don't waste your time. And one of the biggest wastes of time is wasting money on things that don't matter. There's a lot of easy ways to do that. Our whole world is all about trying to separate us from our money, and our money is our time. You know, when I look at something, it's like, hey, that's $20. How much of my life did I have to give up for that? Was it worth it? You know, when I'm 80 or 90 years old, hopefully I make it that long, or 70. I hope I make it that long. When I'm laying down, I'd be like, you know, would I rather have an extra hour of my life, or would I rather have had that trinket, or that expensive alcohol, or that overpriced meal, or, you know, whatever way you wasted your money? So I just want to see everybody happy and healthy. The more I can get that message out, the more I can encourage and inspire people to find the path that I've found for myself, a path without alcohol, a path with physical activity, a path that doesn't have any fried food, breads, or useless calories going into this body. Black coffee, I'm still fasted. What time? We're around 10 o'clock, 10:30 a.m. So we're closing in on right now 13 or 14 hours fasted. This is a daily thing. You know, I'm paying penance for treating my body bad in the past. I've gotten rid of almost all the fat on it, but I still got a little bit more to trim off. So, hey, while we're back up here, I'm making a video about it. I shot something earlier. Right over there is my very first condo. Yeah. And if you check out my snowboarding videos, that's the first place I lived with my good buddy Alec, who is one hell of an amazing snowboarder. Also a professional flight instructor now. Should we head over here? Yeah, we'll head over here. I had a gig. One of my jobs was back over there. I spent over a year managing a valet staff. That was one of the most physically demanding, cold, gnarly, chaotic, high-risk jobs there were. All it took was one person parking their car in the wrong place for a minute, and this entire town would gridlock at certain times. It was, oh man, it was wacky. I had to keep my whole staff from damaging vehicles. And here's the funny thing about that one. My old boss basically told me, yeah, your staff's going to damage vehicles, and we can't afford to lose staff, so you need to keep yourself a supply of synthetic urine in the shop so they can pass drug tests. And so we did that, and we passed a lot of drug tests, even though there was plenty of people consuming plenty of cannabis. Oh, interesting times. But they wouldn't have had a staff. They literally would not have had a staff. without that. And maybe I'll tell you more of a story of how weird the corporation is out here that we were working for, how they've found ways to get almost completely out of workman's comp, even though they're accountable for millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of it. But that's a whole other story. So guys, thanks for following along. I'll make sure to get this uploaded just so you know that I haven't disappeared. Follow along on this journey, and we'll be back with a lot of edited footage and more stories to tell here soon. Take care of yourselves.